When asking for referrals, there's a way to do so that will greatly increase your odds of successfully receiving them. There's also a way that won't. And not only is it important to know the incorrect way, it's important to know why it's so unhelpful. Let's address that right now. With your Endless Referrals Action Tip, I'm Bob Berg. Yes, after utilizing the referral bridge and the how to know statement, you've created the context where you can now ask for those referrals. This is where the rubber meets the road. Ask correctly and you'll receive referrals in abundance. Ask incorrectly and you'll hear something that sounds like, well, I can't think of anybody right now, but when I do, I'll call you or I'll let you know. And as I ask my live audiences at this point, do they ever call you or let you know? And we all laugh because we all know the answer is no, at least not usually. I mean, every so often it can happen, but successful people don't build their careers or businesses around every so often. Let's look at the reason for this response. It's actually not their fault, it's the way they're typically being asked. You see, when asking directly for referrals, most salespeople, and before learning differently, I certainly did this too, will say something like, do you know anybody who might be interested in or open to or has expressed a need for, or however you'd end the ask based on your product or service? Or who do you know who? The challenge is with either of those two beginnings. Do you know anybody who, or who do you know who? Why are these problematic? Simply because most people know a lot of people, both directly and indirectly. It might be 150 people, 250 people, or more. So when you ask, who do you know who, or do you know anybody who, a collage of hundreds of nameless, faceless, unidentifiable people go dancing anonymously past their minds, right? They can't see anyone clearly, and they don't want to let you down. So internally, they put pressure on themselves to think of someone. And you know how that goes. The harder they try, the more their memory shuts down. And then comes the, I can't think of anybody right now, but. And then they go on with their own lives and you never hear from them again in this regard. In the next video, we'll explore the right way to ask based on a teaching I learned from one of my first sales mentors, so that you never have to hear that most dreaded response ever again. And instead, receive the names of some fantastic new prospective customers and clients that you can potentially serve. Today's action tip: really sink your teeth into understanding this very important aspect of how the human mind works. When it's provided with information too general, rather than being able to come up with lots of names, they most likely won't be able to come up with any. And then be ready for the next video. Oh, and keep practicing the referral bridge and your how to know statement. I'm Bob Berg, wishing you endless referrals the go-giver way. Meanwhile, visit endlessreferrals.com or just click on the link below for more information on how you can develop endless referrals for your business.